competing that hard to get this job, and all of a sudden, bam, he hits a wall. So you try to do what you can do, and you take each guy differently, and you try to measure out and get them to be the best they can be.
Joe, speaking of that wall, Jovan Durant, do you expect him to be full go academically, ready to go here when camp opens?
I don't want to make any comment on that right now. We expect all our guys to be ready to go. So we'll see what happens.
You're talking about those freshmen. What do you do to kind of get them acclimated during this time so they don't hit that wall come game 3 or 4, just for overall purposes?
Well, I don't know if there's anything you can do. When you go back to my era, that freshmen just didn't play. It was unheard of that a freshman got in and played, and so he kind of had his role on the football team. He was a developmental guy, and you weren't expecting him. He took a back seat on the taxi squad, and did scout team, and kind of. Well, now as graduation, guys graduate early, as guys go out in the NFL early, as guys get injured, scholarships were cut, and now obviously over a while now, freshmen are dependent on, especially situationally. And those are the guys you worry about. Sometimes the other guys you don't. So. Yes, you got to take care of them in the summer, and you got to take care of them in the off season. But the ones that are actually going to play a part, you got to be real careful because again, they're going to hit a wall now. He's just not used to that grind. They're not used to this process. I've been a part of some guys that never flinched. They were freshmen and just kept on going. Each guy's different.
When they do hit that wall, what do you do to kind of get them through it? Is there any certain thing that?
I don't remember ever stopping and thinking about it. Usually when it happens, you're in the middle of the season. You say, hey, look here. Go take some BC powder, and hit a Red Bull, and slow down a little bit. I don't know what to tell you. This is the way it is, dude. Welcome to the service here. We got wars to fight.
All you guys do the same thing. It doesn't matter, you, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, or whatnot. But do you ever, as a coach, just say, are we doing all that we need to be doing, or do we need to be doing more? Does it ever go through your mind while everybody else is preparing? Or do you have a plan that you've done it long enough and this is what we got to do and kind of go from there?
Well, there's two things that I think professionally that have yet to be answered and that are always a dilemma at staff meeting tables. Number one is do you hit enough? And when you hit so much, then when is too much to hit? Well, if you don't hit enough, you're not tough enough, you're not physical enough. Well, if you hit too much, no one's left, and you beat everybody up. So where is that measurement? Well, the same thing in work ethic. At what point does the workaholic begin to really give no dividends? And I'm a prime example. I'm always thinking to myself, and I'm concerned someone's outworking me in every single phase of what we do. And then to me, but that's a winning edge, but it can also be scary. You got to be able to get away from it,
So that little voice in the back of your mind saying, what's Oklahoma doing? What's Texas doing? That's just part of the nature.
I guess as an athlete it did, but as a coach, as you get older, it's what more can I do? What hasn't been done? What can I do to make me better? What can we do to make West Virginia better? Let's make us the very best we can do. Are we taking time off here, or can we be driving the point home here? Can we get better there? What can we do instead of just sit and wait? There's got to be something we can do in this window of time here, this little small 5-minute window of time. So yeah, that's continuous, 24/7.
And last thing, what about gut and instinct? Where does that play into? I know obviously you have a plan. Sometimes the plan changes, but how much does gut and instinct and experience of what you've done factor into decisions you make during the summer and the fall and whatnot as you go through this?
When you may say decisions, that's decisions schematically, or decisions workload, or decisions personnel, whatever decisions those are. A lot of times, a lot of guys, it's called the process. You work a system and you stay with the system. You have a plan and you stay with the plan. So decisions are already been worked. Decisions that are made both on game day, both on work week, were already made a long time ago. So basically you just put a system in. There are gut decisions. Go for two, go forward on 4th down, punt, not punt, field goal, play this guy, don't play him, move the formation around. There are gut decisions. I'd say by the time you get into battle, most of it's been structured. decisions have already been made. All you've done is just try to hone and get better at what you do.
Joe, go
talk about freshmen coming into college and changing, everything changing for them. You got a whole bunch of coaches here who have new jobs,
Right.
and there's an adjustment that goes with that. What goes into? I mean, you want to make new friends in a new town. You don't know what to eat. You have to learn a new system, or at least usually a new language anyway. New people. I mean, it's not just like driving the other bus on a route.
So what goes into it for a guy coming in new?
Coming in new, yeah. Even that's probably harder for a guy that's been 10, 12 years somewhere and pretty comfortable where he is.
As a professional.
You're talking to a guy that's worked at 12 different newspapers, so I know.
That's what I'm fixing to say. As a professional, we're pros. As a professional, we all have our niche. As a professional, we've been hired to do a job, and this is our job. Whether I'm a sub, and we're building a building, or I'm writing, or I'm coaching, and I'm coaching the defensive line, or I'm the kickers, or I'm not coaching. I'm the manager or trainer. I have a role. And in reality, as a pro, your role just moves from here to here. So for me, I don't know. Okay, it's different in terms of where you're at from an arena standpoint, from a conference standpoint. But your role and the object is the same. What we're going to have to do as a professional to graduate these student athletes, as a professional to make these guys as good as they can be, as a professional to win every game that we can win and continue to go forward and make this program better.